Hi, my name is Matt Reinhardt, and I'm presenting for CereNovo Biologics. Each year, approximately 2.5 million people suffer from acute brain injuries. These injuries include ischemic stroke, hemorrhagic stroke, and traumatic brain injuries. In the case of hemorrhagic stroke, blood vessels rupture and leak blood into the brain, causing tissue damage and cell death. In the case of ischemic stroke, clots stop the blood supply, and this also results in cell death. In the case of traumatic brain injury, there are all sorts of things going on that result in brain damage. In all of these, there's a secondary inflammation cascade that's mediated by microglial cells. Currently, there are no FDA-approved therapies that target neuroinflammation. Therefore, CereNovo Biologics has produced a small molecule peptide that mimics the function of the apolipoprotein E. This protein downregulates microglial cell activity and inflammation, and also reduces neuron cell death. This has been demonstrated in a mouse model that our scientists have previously shown an increase in vestibular motor coordination following a brain injury and administration of our drug. Therefore, we're looking to translate this mouse model into the clinic, and we're primarily interested in the hemorrhagic population. This is about 100,000 cases per year, a cost of about $20,000 for each hospitalization. We've also identified ischemic stroke and traumatic brain injury as follow-on markets. We're currently in about 2 to 4 years of IND-enabling studies, toxicity, pharmacology, and such. This is all very similar for all of these market segments. After filing our IND paperwork, we plan on about 6 years of phase 1, phase 2, and phase 3 clinical trials, at which point our drug would be approved as a biologic and then marketed. We've identified several competitors, including different companies that target inflammation, drugs that target other symptoms other than inflammation, and also companies that have drugs that are currently on the market for something else, but are potentially being repurposed for central nervous system treatment. These drugs are all still in trials with the exception of TPA, which is a drug that enables reperfusion in ischemic stroke patients. However, it's contraindicated in both the hemorrhagic and traumatic brain injury populations. In terms of patents, we have a provisional patent that was filed last year, and it just recently converted to a non-provisional patent this past month. Our team comprises a very diverse background, including business students, PhD students, and a law student. And in addition to these students, we have an advisory board that includes the inventor, Daniel Laskowitz, who's a leading researcher in the field of ApoE function and its role in microglial activation and inflammation, and several other people who have had previous success in translating drugs and devices to the clinic. In terms of financials, we estimate approximately $1.5 million for our preclinical funding. We see about a $3.5 million phase 1 trial cost and about a $12 million phase 2 clinical trial cost, bringing the total for all of the studies between now and phase 2 to approximately $17 million. Currently, we're seeking about $1.5 million for our preclinical IND-enabling studies, and we plan to use any Duke funds and any venture challenge winnings that we have to fund incorporation, licensing, IP, and these initial studies. We would be open to the possible exit strategies of acquisition, strategic partnerships, or the possibility of licensing individual market segments. Again, for CereNovo Biologics, I'm Matt Reinhardt. Thank you very much for your time.